What's up, friends? Are you guys ready for some quarantine baking fun? I bet you are. And look what I have. I managed to score 2 bags of flour. Organic or King Arthur bread flour. They did not have it. This was like the very beginning of the quarantine when everybody literally did buy all the flour off the shelves before there was limits on how much you could buy. This was what I was able to get. Now, I'm going to fix my camera, first of all. It's a little bit crooked here. Yeah, so I was able to score some bread flour right here. And is this bread flour? Whole wheat flour, because I like to feed my starter with whole wheat and a little bit of white. So I was able to get that. And then when I start my leaven, I like to add whole wheat to that as well. I hope everybody is hanging in there. If you cannot find bread on the shelves, rest assured that you can easily make sourdough with just flour, water, and salt in your home, and all you have to do is check out these recipes, and I'm going to list them above and I'm going to link them below in the description. All you have to do is check out these recipes and you can make your own sourdough starter, you can make your own leaven, and you can make your own homemade sourdough bread. This is how they used to do it back in the ancient times when bread was first made. They soured up some flour and they made some dough. It's a pretty simple process, and I walk you through all the steps and I make it really easy to do. Look, if I can make sourdough bread, anybody can make it. I don't bake typically. The scope of my baking is limited to birthday cakes and cookies at Christmas and sourdough bread every single week. Now, I have taken a few weeks off from making sourdough. I just needed some time to rest and recoup, so that's what I did. Let's see, in this bowl we're gonna do 150 grams of flour. So I do about half and half, so about 75 of each. There we go. And then this is going to make 4 loaves of bread. I am going to do a bulk batch bake, because I put 75 in here because I don't like to bake every single other day to have bread for my family. I like to bake once a week or once every other week. My daughter's not eating wheat. My husband's not eating wheat. Everybody else is still eating sourdough, and I actually had a lot of bread in the freezer, and we are down to 1 loaf. And then I have some gluten-free bread for my daughter. We are down to 1 loaf of bread, so I have to make some sourdough. So this is why I'm up at 11:30 at night. Had some fussy kids, so I got up and decided. Just got up and decided I would start my leaven for sourdough. So this is my 2 loaves of bread batch. Just gonna throw in a tablespoon of starter, and then I'm gonna put in the same amount of water that I did flour. So if you do 75 grams of flour, you're gonna do 75 grams of water. And you know what? I have no idea how much starter I put in there. Every time it's probably different. It's never exact. I just went a little bit over with the water, yapping my jaw. Anyways, so I don't ever put in like the exact same amount of starter every single time. That is something that I feel I can be flexible with. So I just use one of these soup spoons and I eyeball it. And for instance, this is my double batch, so this will make 4 loaves of bread. And so basically I'm putting in 2 spoonfuls that was like 2 probably right there, but I'm just gonna put another one in for good measure because you can't really overdo it. Maybe you can with starter, I don't know. That's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, that said 80 grams. That was 80 grams of starter right there. This is 150 grams of flour, so I'm gonna put 150 grams of water in there. See, I don't think my head's screwed on tight enough these days. Everything we're going through, oh my goodness. Can I get an amen out there, y'all? We're all kind of in the same place as far as being stuck at home. I know so many people are out of work and are things are financially strained right now, and if you feel like you need to cut corners and save some money for your household, making your own bread is a really great way to do that. And sourdough is just a really good hearty bread to make at home. And it's pretty relatively easy, it's pretty forgiving. So yeah, I just want to encourage everybody to get their hoarded, because I know some of you out there are hoarding 25-pound, 50-pound bags of flour and you don't even bake. Let's just be real here. And if you are now obligated to start learning how to make sourdough. If you're one of those people that are like, oh, I gotta get flour, and you've never baked a day in your life, honey, now's the time to learn. And I'm here to help you do that too. So there we go. I just cover these. I'll cover these for the night, and then in the morning I'll come back and bake it. But like I said, I'm gonna post it up here again. You can click on this link and then you can check out all the recipes. I have how to make starter part 1, part 2, and part 3, and then I have how to make sourdough bread. Then I have how to bulk batch make sourdough bread and how I do that. This dough freezes, this sourdough bread, actually, the bread, once it's baked, freezes really well. You just throw it in some Ziploc bags, suck the air out, throw it in the freezer, and boom, you've got frozen bread. I pre-slice mine because then I can just pull out pieces as needed for my family. It's just a great way to have all your dough made in one day, all your mess made in one day, and then in one day you bake all 6 loaves. And then you can even use it for pizza dough. You can use it to make donuts. I haven't shown you guys how to make donuts, so I might reserve one batch of boule dough to show you how to make donuts, because who doesn't love donuts? Am I even recording? Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be terrible if I just did all of that and didn't hit record, but I did. So you see where my brain's at right now. So yeah, I think what we'll be doing, because the kids deserve a special treat. Hagen cannot eat wheat products. So for her, we're just gonna give her some like gluten-free, dairy-free cookies, and she's gonna be just happy with that. But for the other kids, I can definitely make some donuts for them. I top them with cinnamon and sugar, and they are amazing. We double deep fat fry them in coconut oil, and I'm telling you, they are the lightest, fluffiest, most, actually probably not the lightest and the fluffiest, but the healthiest donuts that you will ever try, or that I'll ever try actually. Not sure how you can get a donut any more healthy than double deep fat frying it in coconut oil, but I just fry it in my cast iron skillet. I just kind of pull the dough apart and I stretch the dough. You know, you just get like a little chunk and then you stretch it and you try to make it as thin as you can. And then you throw it in the pan, it bubbles up, it's beautiful. Check it out. I'm going to show you guys how to do that.